Well, hello. This has been a long time coming. You and me both, G-timers. I'll explain everything, why I've been so aloof from the mainstream media and out of the public eye for so long. Look, I'm just so happy to be back. I'm electrified to be here with you guys today. I feel like I'm going to explode. The excitement quivers are pulsating through my body, let me tell you. On the drive here, I almost drove into the back of someone in the Gets when my legs suddenly went stiff and, with excitement and about the podcast. But so for those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, my name is Gregson. I'm a leading Australian high school drama teacher / entertainment industry professional, one of the state's most revered and respected drama educators. And the kids at school call me Mr. G, which is an abbreviation that the more popular teachers seem to get. I became extremely famous after the airing of my documentary Summer Heights High, where I was the lead subject being documented. Summer Heights High was the school that I used to teach at, yes, up until a year ago. I'm at my new school now, Summer Boys, but we'll go into all that later. So this new podcast is very exciting, as I said, and much like my teaching methods, I'm going to be winging it, making it up as I go along and on the fly and letting loose, as I like to say. I'll be rewatching some of the famous scenes from my documentary. I watch it once a fortnight on the projector at home, so I'm very familiar with it, but rewatching and giving you guys a little commentary and letting you in on some of the secrets and the juicy behind-the-scenes goss. I've been gagged for the last 15 plus years pretty much and sworn to secrecy, and I'll explain what went on with all that, but I don't want to drag all that up just yet, but I will be letting you know how I was edited to look bad, manipulated by the producers of the documentary, and, there's a lot that wasn't true, so I'm here to expose Summer Heights High. This is my tell-all moment. I've been silenced for years now, and, finally free from the shackles of that school, that hellhole, as I've been calling it. Much to Rodney's annoyance. He's still teaching there, so. Well, anyway, let's just say there's a can of worms that I'm very willing to open, G-timers, and I will be taking no prisoners. So, look, it's going to be fun as well. I'm still the same Mr. G after all these years, and the same guy that you know and love. I'm a fun guy, and so let's get on with the show, get this show on the road, as they say in the biz. Sit back, grab a cushion or a beanbag and find a spot on the floor, and welcome to Mr. G's room. Welcome to Mr. G's room, G's room, G's room. Welcome to Mr. G's room, come inside. Please be quiet, you nines. And take your shoes off and find a spot on the floor. Welcome to Mr. G's room, G's room, G's room. Welcome to Mr. G's room now. So I'm here in my podcast headquarters, Mr. G's room. It's under the gym of my new school, Summer Boys. That's why it's a little echoey, because it's a funny little room. I've carved out this, I've taken over this dirty little storeroom underneath the gym. I said to Craig, who runs PE, I said, I need you to clear out your crap because dramas are coming in. And he got a few strong boys in to clear out all the... It was full of absolute junk, as you can imagine, a gym storeroom, old pummel horses and medicine balls and old dirty witches' hats. And so he's given me quite a lot of space down here now, and I could kind of see the potential of space even through the junk. I have that ability to be able to envisage things, and yes, I just wanted to put my mark on it. So he's shoved all his junk aside, and yes, I've converted it into my studio, and I'm calling it Mr. G's room. I've got my microphone here and my backdrop and my lighting, and I've ordered a neon sign that says Mr. G's room, and I've got the beast here. and I'm really enjoying having the beast here. And yes, it's looking fantastic. I said to Craig, the head of PA, I said, mum's the word on me being down here and doing this podcast. So I haven't told the principal yet that I'm set up down here, but I choose me battles. What principal don't knoweth won't hurteth her, so we should be fine, fingers crossed. You may hear balls coming from above as we are under the gym, so there may be a few bouncing ball interruptions. I've told Craig to keep it down as much as he can and never to enter the storeroom if my on-air sign that Rodney made me is on the door. So hopefully no zero interruptiones. Just having a sip of my chai. For those long-term fans of mine, my G-timers, who've stuck with me over the years, you know who you are. Hello, guys. You've got to know me through the show and my Reddit AMAs, and some of you may have even come to see some of my productions at Some Heights High over the years, and my various one-man shows and my public performance art pieces. I've seen some of you there, and so welcome back into this new foray into podcasting. I'm sure there'll be even more goss for you lot, even though I've divulged quite a lot already on the Reddits. And the few fans that I'm on DM basis with, who've been counselling me through my highs and lows over the years. You know who you are, and it's good to have you here. So, look, the documentary, it changed my life. I'm not going to lie. It's in a big way. And I'm constantly stopped on the street to this day, and the questions I have to answer, it's never ending. Where's Celine? Do you still see Toby? And does Rodney still come over to watch a DVD? And do you still have coffee before your teachy? And do you still have your signs all over the staff room? And yes, I do actually. I've put them all around the new school as well, and they're quite effective still. And how's your mum? God, I'll never live that line down. And Rodney's still teasing me about that one today. But all of these questions will be answered, guys, over the following episodes of this podcast. So follow and send to your friends and do all the good things, as the podcasters say. Change of pace, G-timers. Just a little drama class for you. So, as well as all the Some Heights High goss, I want this podcast to be a masterclass in drama. So, for my current students who are tuning in, and for those people that want to make it in the industry, it's for you guys. Whether you're a 90-year-old grandma or like a 2-year-old toddler with a sense of rhythm and a sparkle in your eye. This is for you guys. Consider this your NIDA or your RADA if you're in the United Kingdom, or dare I say your Juilliard equivalent in podcast form. I've got decades of experience now in writing and producing and acting, and my school musicals for one, my one-man shows, my various television pilots that I've pitched over the years, and I've dabbled in TVCs, television commercials for the ignorant. I've been on a lot of big sets, featured extra work mostly, but that's a skill in itself, and we will do a class on that. So, look, I am what my agent calls a multi-hyphen performer. I used to say triple threat, but now we say multi-hyphen performer, creator, writer, producer, singer, dancer. Set designer, stage manager, actor. Did I say actor? Clown, mime artist, magician sometimes, dog trainer, wig stylist, makeup artist. Where do I stop? I'll be listing my hyphens for this whole podcast if I don't put a cork in it, as Rodney says when he's trying to be funny. But anyway, let's get on with it with our drama class, because that's what I do. Let's do it. This week's Drama Masterclass from yours truly is American accents. So you as an actor will be required to do a lot of American accents. America, it's the heart and soul of the entertainment industry. A lot of US films are being shot in Australia. It's absolutely essential as an actor that you have the various American accents down pat and in your wheelhouse, because the casting director could just throw something at you at any point, and ask you to be a real-life American. It's a general mainstream American accent that I can call on at any point. But of course, there's also your Texan, your Boston, your Midwestern, and your New Yorker. So you'll need to be able to instantly jump between those accents in order to score a role. So for today's lesson, it's much like most of my teaching, it's performance-based, where I perform and you watch. So I'm going to give you an improvised scenario that you guys can try at home. It works well in pairs, but I'm going to give you an example of how I can instantaneously launch into my American accent. So our scenario is, it's a teen high school senior. If you can imagine, he's hanging around with his buddies after school and he sees a hot girl walk by. And he tries to make a move, but he's interrupted by a call on his cell from his father, which cramps his style. So we can probably relate to this from back in the day for the guys my age, but for you students, you can relate to that scenario. So let's start with the general American accent and action. Oh, guys, my tummy's rumbling. I got hunger pains. All I have for lunch was avocado on toast. What the? Oh my God. Check out Lorraine's the cheerleader. Oh my God. She's like, I think her knockers seem bigger today. Oh, shivers, me popper's calling. I gotta take the call. Dard, not now. I just saw Lorraine the cheerleader. You know I'm trying to go steady with her, Dad. Oh, I know, Papa. But I've got basketball this afternoon. I told you. Can't you pick me up at 4:30? Oh, fiddlesticks. Hangs up on Dad. There we go. So that is your general middle of the road American accent. So we'll try your Texan now. And your Texan is more and action scene. Oh, guys, my father's calling. He's such an arsehole. I mean, hi, Dad. Hi. I know. Houston, we have a problem. Because I've got basketball practice and he won't stop calling me. Dard, hi. I asked you to pick me up at 4:30. I know you want me to play baseball, but I want to play basketball. I'm trying to talk to Lorraine the cheerleader, Dad. She's so fine. And I want to make her mine. Oh, up yours, Dard. Slam the phone down. Damn it. I'm half inclined to kill myself right now. Life's not worth living unless I could get my head up the skirt of a cheerleader, if you know what I'm saying. I want that so bad. And cut. And there we go, guys. So, look, I won't do the other accents now because it's dragging on, but we will keep working on this. The American accent is extremely important for your careers as actors. So that was just a little taster there for you and something that I'd like you to try at home and come back to me in the comments with how it goes. Thanks, guys. Okay, well, this is going well. So, as I hinted earlier, I have not been in a position to divulge the nitty-gritty of how the documentary, my documentary, Some Heights High, was made. and how I was first contacted by the producers, then manipulated by them during the shoot, and how I never got my spin-off series, and despite being the lead subject, go figure, all the various topics that I haven't been able to divulge while I've been trapped at Alcatraz, which is what I've been calling it, that and North Korea. I'm terrible. So what happened was, due to my teaching contract that I had with Some Heights High at the time, apparently I signed an NDA, industry jargon there, but looking up, it's so I was literally gagged for all these years, and I'm not able to do interviews. Once the show took off, I couldn't do interviews. And I said to Margaret, I said, look, I am trying to further my career here and I need the press. I said, look, if I get an acting gig out of this show, then I'm out of here. And she said to me, look, while I'm an employee of the school, I was to honour the NDA that I'd signed. So when the show got big, I started to receive, let me say this carefully, I started to receive various threats from the Department of Education. For example, I was offered a cover story with a Western Suburbs local rag here in Sydney, and I'd called them and I explained who I was and asked them to do the story, and they agreed to do a cover story with a major photo shoot. I ran it by the Department of Education and was sternly told to keep my mouth shut and that I'd signed an NDA. I couldn't believe it. And then I swear, Rodney thinks I'm making this up, but I swear I was followed. They sent out their heavies to follow me in cars, to drive behind me and just to scare me into not doing any press. I could see them walking behind me on weekends and cars following me, and I'd go into Spotlight and I'd see just a person that the Department of Education had sent out, one of their heavies, just like a big Italian guy or something, just looking at me. And it wasn't a good time, guys. I started to fear for my life, checking for snipers and assassins every day is not a way to live. But that was the lengths that the Department of Education was willing to go to silence me. So, pretty scary time. I mean, the photo shoot would have been amazing for the newspaper that I had planned. Would have been fabulous. I mean, I'd been rehearsing for it. It was an ode to Tony from West Side Story, if you're familiar. So it would have been me with an open shirt, chest out, pose, kind of jumping onto a mesh fence, and plus like a centrefold poster of me in the paper doing a star jump. We found this beautiful drain in Penrith that we were going to shoot at, but it was never to be. I was silenced. But as I say, I am willing to speak out now and take that risk in this podcast. So I'm at a new school, as I keep saying, and Margaret's long gone, and they've probably shredded my NDA. But I will be looking over my shoulder once this podcast comes out, let me tell you. Now, I get a lot of requests for songs from my other musicals that I've done, and I've done so many. So I thought this might be a nice ending to our first episode of the podcast. Some of you may recall Ikea The Musical from back in the day. It's one of my earlier productions, and it's about the opening of the first Ikea store in Australia, and an Aussie family, the Parkers, that get stuck in the store and can't find their way out. And the youngest son ends up dying in the ballroom, suffocated by the balls. So it's quite a tragic and dark show. But anyway, I wanted to play a song from that musical that I wrote all those years ago. It's the I Want song from Act 1, when our young protagonist, Tina the cleaner, dreams of her employees, this rich white family that gets stuck in Ikea, the Parkers. She dreams of taking her to Ikea because they don't have the store in Taiwan, and she's seen the ads and she's really wants to go, and so they keep her locked in the basement, and it's kind of very dark musical, Cinderella vibes. But here goes, Tina's song from Act 1 of Ikea the Musical, a song called See Ya in Ikea. Goodbye, the Parkers. Don't let Tina get in your way. I've seen the ads on TV. You're gonna have a nice day. I've heard the car park is quite huge, and you can smell the Swedish food. A world of homewares you don't need. I wanna go there, I plead. I heard there's something called an Allen key, and there's flat packs you can build, and the tiny tea light candles with Swedish names like Schmild. See ya in Ikea. A girl can only dream. As I'm locked down in this basement, shut up and clean. There's the snot ride and the clit bar. There's the Tilfart and the Dagstorp. The Omjock and the Smorble. Just a few things I might buy. See ya in Ikea. A girl can only dream. They don't have it in Taiwan. Shut up and clean. Just shut up, Tina, clean. I hope they damn get lost in there. I laugh and say, ha ha. I hope their items are out of stock and won't fit in their car. See ya in Ikea. A girl can only dream. I'm Tina, the cleaner. I won't see ya in Ikea. Season of Mr. G's Room is presented by Helen Gregson. Helen Gregson appears courtesy of Twos and Fours Management. This podcast is recorded and produced by Helen Gregson in Sydney, Australia. All songs written and produced by Helen Gregson. Audio recording by Helen Gregson. Post-production by Helen Gregson. Set design by Helen Gregson. Videography by Helen Gregson. Wardrobe by Helen Gregson. Graphic design by Helen Gregson. Special thanks to Craig from Pear for cleaning out the storeroom and Rodney Mars from Theme Song for the on-air sign. The views, thoughts and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of Helen Gregson, and let's face it, is Summer Heights High NDA is probably expired now, so go have a cry. Any resemblance to stories and people's deceased or alive is not Helen Gregson's fault, it's simply telling it like it is. For updates, follow the Mr. G's Room Facebook page. This is Helen Gregson Productions. See you next week, everyone. And remember, it's G time, not free time. And take your shoes off and find a spot on the floor. Welcome to Mr. G's Room, G's Room, G's Room. Welcome to Mr. G's Room now.